Today, we're diving into the controversial and oh so mysterious drink called the Oleato. It's a fusion that blends coffee with olive oil.
Olive oil.
Now, before you start furiously Googling the nearest Starbucks to try this intriguing creation, let me share some details that might make you think twice. People say it tastes really good, but I don't like it, and it is actually not good for you either. I just want to ask, why Starbucks? Are you not happy to have US citizens as your customers or what? Okay, let me tell you why I'm saying so. The Oleato, part of Starbucks' latest lineup, made its debut in Milan, Italy on February 22, 2023, and finally arrived on American soil on March 23rd. It's like the Mediterranean cousin of the famous bulletproof coffee, but with a twist that might raise a few eyebrows. Do you want to know which idea was behind this olive oil-infused madness? Well, it's Starbucks' interim CEO, Howard Schultz. Seriously, Howard? Do you think combining coffee and olive oil was a stroke of genius, or did you lose a bet? We're all dying to know. So, on his trip to Sicily, Howard discovers the Mediterranean custom of taking a spoonful of olive oil each day. And what does he do? He decides to incorporate it into his daily ritual alongside his morning coffee. Next thing you know, the Oleato drinks arrived in select Starbucks Reserve roasteries across America. In a Reserve roastery in Chicago, I was like, let's taste what's new in the list of Starbucks, and I asked for Oleato. But man, that was the worst decision I could ever think of. With the first sip of it, it tastes like an oil spill. Get this, an oil spill in a coffee cup. And you know what? Right then, I personally declared it as the most vile coffee drink I've ever had. Yikes. Okay, let's not judge too soon. Starting with a logical question here. Are there any actual benefits to having a spoonful of extra virgin olive oil with your morning pick-me-up? We know that olive oil has been praised for its numerous advantages. It's been proven to lower blood pressure and contains those fancy-sounding anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that reduce the risk of heart disease, according to the American Heart Association. Not only that, but olive oil has the highest percentage of monosaturated fat among all edible plant oils. This type of fat can help lower the bad LDL cholesterol, while increasing the good HDL cholesterol. It's like a superhero in the world of oils. However, Americans in particular are consuming a significant amount of monosaturated fat through their high intake of olive oil in the diet. This means we may be consuming a substantial amount of fat and calories solely in food, and also having it through coffee doesn't make any sense. And about the coffee, when taken black, it has been linked to a longer lifespan and other health benefits. Actually, we know this part, right? So we have the olive oil and coffee, each with its own individual merits, but do we really need to combine them? Well, Dr. Stephen Gundry, a renowned physician and advocate for daily olive oil consumption, seems to think so. He considers this new line at Starbucks a win-win. A what? He believes it's a brilliant idea to combine two of the best polyphenol-containing compounds on Earth. Hold on a second, Dr. Gundry. While I respect your expertise, I can't help but question the logic of this combination. Is it really necessary to mix our morning coffee with a splash of olive oil? Couldn't we just enjoy the health benefits of olive oil in other delightful ways? Because it sucks, man. And speaking of delightful ways, let's turn our attention to Laura Ligos, a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and specialist in sports dietetics. Laura, my dear, you've hit the nail on the head, because she said, this combo doesn't sound particularly tasty, does it? I couldn't agree more. Yes, if the coffee combo we're discussing sounds vaguely familiar, you might be recalling the butter coffee trend from previous years. It was all the rage, especially among those following a high-fat ketogenic diet. People would toss a knob or two of unsalted butter into their black coffee. But hold on, this olive oil concoction takes it to a whole new level. Let me break it down for you. You see, it's similar in that it involves adding a high amount of fat to a beverage. However, instead of using butter, Starbucks has decided to experiment with the addition of olive oil. I mean, not the most appetizing choice, right? As I've mentioned before, it contains monosaturated fat, but that doesn't necessarily make it any better. And as if that wasn't enough, Starbucks has also chosen to pair olive oil with oat milk drinks. Can't say it's a more disappointing fusion, as oat milk contains more carbs and less protein compared to regular milk. Okay, I can sense the next question in your mind. Why is this Oleato drink packing such a hefty caloric punch? Isn't olive oil supposed to be a healthier option? Well, in Oleato, that creamy texture you get from adding a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil to your coffee comes at a cost which is called a caloric cost, to be exact. We're talking about a whopping 120 calories. You should know a grande Oleato cafe latte packs a punch with 323 calories. That's almost double the calorie count of a regular cafe latte of the same size made with semi-skim milk, which comes in at 175 calories. So if you're watching your waistline, this might not be the best option. Now, you might be wondering, is there a healthier alternative? Well, fear not. The non-olive oil equivalent sold only in the US is the iced toast vanilla oat milk shaken espresso. It may sound indulgent, but it actually has fewer calories with 140 in total. Hell of a lot of difference, wouldn't you say? Apparently, Starbucks didn't anticipate one particular reaction, the drinks causing some unexpected side effects. It turns out that the Oleato drinks have taken the usual coffee makes you need to go effect to a whole new level. Can you imagine? Early commenters on Starbucks' promotional teasers warned of this effect, writing, "Olive oil and espresso sounds like a great idea for a laxative. Man, you won't believe even Starbucks employees' team experience with the Oleato drinks didn't go well. Seriously, what other hints you want, Starbucks? Isn't it enough, guys?" Listen to this. Redditor Moody Star Girl spilled the tea with this hilarious comment. "Have you tried them? I'm wondering how many people are going to have to happen to them, and what if you happen to our team? Half the team tried it yesterday, and let's just say a few ended up needing to use the restroom, if you know what I mean. I'm honestly scared to try it because I already have stomach/bowel problems," she said. "Same thing happened to me. That Oleato drink from Starbs making my stomach speak and then gurgling, and cherry on top, my throat was burning. You know what? Coffee is supposed to make an individual feel like heaven, but Oleato, you messed up. Starbucks, you've certainly brewed up quite the storm." Picture this, a 16-ounce drink packed with as much as 34 grams of fat. That's more fat than you'd find in a typical meal. And here's the twist. Olive oil has a secret talent. You see, my friends, olive oil will function as a lubricant while passing through your digestive system, and it will make trips to the bathroom a bit easier. So when you combine high fat in a meal or beverage with coffee, which already stimulates the bowels, you're setting the stage for potential cramping and increased mobility in the colon. It's like a 1-2 punch for your digestive system. It increases the need for speedy restroom visits after indulging in these olive oil-infused drinks. It's like a race against time. But here's the scoop. Liquid olive oil hits your digestive system faster than high-fat meals, which take their sweet time. I strongly believe sometimes it's best to keep things simple and enjoy coffee for what it is, black or with a splash of milk, while savoring the goodness of olive oil in our salads and recipes only. Point to be noted, only. What are your thoughts on this idea to mix oil and caffeine? It's like trying to mix oil and water, right? Is it a yum or bleh for you? Let me know in the comments below. My last sip of my iced caramel macchiato. See ya!